Okay, it's Don't Cheat the Way by Bay. It is April, I think it's April the 14th. April the 14th, 2025. And I am literally getting back on my diet. I don't know, I just, since my knee, I was experiencing, well, I could hear the frequency as I walk back and forth to Whole Foods and Burger King and the or accents because they're able to, when I say they, humanoid AI and other lab experiments are able to follow that way. And literally, and it's been predominantly African American female accents and female accent, and then the Black Negro, African American Black Negro female accent, and then that's which speaks Spanish from South Central America. I'm thinking as some and definitely sound like Mexicans. That can follow through a science, and that's what you're experiencing, or if you listen to the video here. Also, dealing with that which they call the Birdman. So what I'm thinking is there's some people here in Annapolis that have been sleeping with humanoid AI. Like I said, have laid down with them, and there's a lot of bestiality because of the lab experiments that have gone on in Annapolis. Bestiality is sleeping with beasts, literally. So, nonetheless, what I am about to do is give you an example. Me, myself, I consider myself to be human, celestial human. Okay, I'm not a thing, I'm not a it. This is why I'm here along with other celestial human beings. Okay, so my face is bloated. Everything is bloated, even though to others might not look, but it is. So because of me craving my knee has been hurting because to get finished that thought because they've sending 4 sharp pains in the middle of the night because they keep saying move. And the reason why they're saying move now, it's not that I wasn't going to move in the future, but they want to cause financial friction, um, financial disease, mental disease. This is what it's about. So what we are among in Annapolis are mental terrorists. And so this is what Americans or those that are here on this landmass you prepare for, because that's what it's about, the mind. So where you have those getting excited about crypto and so forth, but if they don't have their mind, this is how that which is unclean will keep poverty on this landmass. If they're not able to think and live in a healthy mental manner, then how are they going to be able to demonstrate or feel the 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 energy of thankfulness and all the heart, or I guess you would say all the energy they put in to build themselves up away from poverty, breaking that financial curse, that generational curse of poverty in their family. Well, because that's literally what it's about. They're trying to either they transform humans. So either they transform human who has very little humanity left is making money and being wealthy, or that which has a lot of humanity left is struggling in poverty. So in Annapolis, I just posted how it could be because I said this before. I could see it being another California or places like California where it's so run down. Um, Literally, someone posted saying there's people are eating humans on the street, and then it was a forced delete. It looked like it was removed. They showed a man walking with some type of human limb in his and it looks like one of the rough parts of California. Cannibalism. Okay, so this is the issue when you're dealing with bestiality. like saying people saying Birdman, Wolf Man, or wolf, werewolf, vampires. No, I'm not saying all that say that they're a vampire, but it's like, okay, if you, I don't know. I mean, what are you? So if you say you're a vampire, okay, and you are here for humanity, okay, and you are not feeding off the innocent blood and what is it called, adrenochrome, or the pineal gland, the fluids, through manipulation and whatever else, or eating babies. I really say, because that's what I think. I think this, some may be, they're not feeding off of humans, but I don't think it's a lot to do. I think it's very few. So, and they call themselves vampires. I think there are too many who are enjoying human meat, and they are enjoying the fluids of humans. And this is what it also exists in Annapolis. So that's why I'm like, how long it's going to be before suburban Annapolis fall down? Because California was well, San Diego, Los Angeles, where Sunset Boulevard. I've been there, and when I was there in the early '90s, it was a wonderful place to be. Pasadena, oh my goodness, it was such a wonderful place to be. But no, I would not go there. I'm not saying all of California is this way, but obviously too many is. And then you have, and I don't think it's a coincidence that there are immigrants that speak Spanish that are overflowing in California, because see, if you are in a state of not being naturalized under laws of freedom, then you think you can do and be whatever you want. So when I was there, there were immigrants from all over, from India, from all over the place. Yeah, I just experienced I thought Pakistan. And so if you come to a nation that's supposed to uphold laws of freedom and you don't have to, and not only that, a place like Annapolis where you have the unnaturalized United States military behaving, Navy and Army behaving criminal, possibly, I'm pretty sure, 99% sure, involving theft with humanoid AI, sex trafficking, and so forth, then why would you think you would have to do anything else but be what you want to be, and just use different forms of rules to manipulate the system? So every company that tries to sell to humans will have some type of value system. If you are someone, if your company is over um, ruled by those who keep saying they're Freemason, and they're using that word or that code Freemason and three to overrule value systems that a company has put in place to maintain a form of legalities, so that they don't have a lawsuit on them. And that is just one step away from that complete falling of the company. The company being down to where humans would be like, I do not trust the product from that company. Okay, I already know what they are willing to do just by saying three and Freemason, and they will not think twice about it. Um, so why would I trust a company who do not value their own value system, who knows what they are among mentally, and allow mental and physical acts of terrorism to happen? Why would I do that? Why would I spend my money there when I can go somewhere else who I know definitely value their value system? So this is what possibly happened in California. It starts because companies use AI, so it had to start somehow. So you have, when you're dealing with sex trafficking, and forced breeding of unclean spirits. This is what you will instilling. This is what possibly you might come across, and then the companies where humans need are trying to maintain employment, finance, are a part of it. So either you be a part of the sex trafficking, transforming humans, or breeding with one of them, one of the beasts or whatever, or you don't be able to make money. So this is why they're saying move or invade an apartment, because because they know that crypto is about to blow up, and they've been stealing for a long time. They probably already have a way that they're going to steal anyway, and they know that too many of the United States government, who allowed the immigrants and those that are African American, Black, Negro, that are transhumans, to behave in pale skin. Got to remember, say pale skin, and others, to behave in a criminal manner. They already know that the United States government is in on it. That's unnaturalized. So they're just waiting their time out. So I don't think. So that's why I posted, because if I have to continue to keep videotaping and doing things or to protect myself, because the lab freaks want to develop a lawsuit, because they're trying to implement the stress, mental illness, physical illness, and any other form of crimes against humanity as possible. Then you already know with sight that the place is going to fall down. The energy, the whatever frequency that is up with the trees being here and whatever, they're already cutting trees down to build buildings. It's gonna fall down. If hopefully, possibly, I won't say possibly. Could it be? That's all I can say. Could it be? I apologize. My lips, everything is like dark. It's because of the food I ate. This is what eating no greens, no salads do to me. I just really can't do it. And then even though it's easy, I just didn't feel like my knee. I've been healing my knee. I just wanted some carbs and just relax. And that's what I did. Okay. So I'm going to have to end this video with, at Burger King. So I told Emily, the manager, about my knee, and I've been walking with a step with my knee, lifting my knee up to keep the blood circulating. Because what they're doing is putting pain or stiffness in my knee, so the blood doesn't flow the way it's supposed to, which develops a knot on my knee. I don't know if I can see it. Hold on, if I can show it to you. I'm gonna try. Okay, it's down now, but you might can see. You see that knot? That's the knot, and this gets really big. That's small. Okay, and I'm working. I'm going to Whole Foods and Burger King, and I hear frequency at Whole Foods and Burger King. So and I'm not accusing neither, but I am. Look, there's someone walking. So when you're dealing with someone walking on the, I don't know if the camera caught it on this top here. When you're dealing with mental terrorists and other forms of lab freaks, this is what they do. And they're doing it because of the unnaturalized United States military, unnaturalized United States government being a part of it. So what people, I think, going to end up doing is literally killing them. That's why they're buying their guns. But they're going to do it in a defensive manner. That's why it's important to have the Amendment 2 rights, because these animals, they don't care. They really don't care. They program. They don't care. Humans are going to have to protect themselves spiritually, mentally, and also use that are granted Constitution Amendment 2 rights, and really be ready to defend themselves in their home. They're going to have to, because the United States government, if they want in on it, the illegal immigrants would not have been able to come over here for years, especially during COVID, all that time. And then they can get fake ID, fake whatever, but they're not naturalized. And neither were those that came over here to get naturalized. They're not naturalized properly. So it's sickening to think how many are here, and they are not naturalized on the laws of freedom. But it's a lot. Way I would say it's way too many, because all of them think that the Constitution that they affirmed or taking an oath, they would probably take an oath to uphold, has been completely manipulated. Amendments have been removed, and it has been transformed, and I guess you want to say corrupt. So what Morris did was got the original Constitution and the original amendments, and they naturalized Moors who wanted to be naturalized under the spirits of truth, and in that's the spirits of freedom. So, like I hear a lot of them say Pakistan. Those from Pakistan here, 9 times out of 10, they're not naturalized. They're here illegally. Indian, those from India, 9 times out of 10, they're not naturalized under laws of freedom. They're here illegally. China, Japan, they are here illegally 9 times out of 10. They're not naturalized under laws of freedom. So they only feel the need that they can do certain things because they know they have already been used or have a deal with the unnaturalized United States government, and they doing what they had a deal with. They doing what they're supposed to do, and a lot of them are mental terrorists, rapists, and they're involved in sex trafficking. That's just the truth. Along with that, which speak Spanish from Mexico, South Central America, whatever, and other immigrants, and those from here, homegrown, Black, Negro, African Americans, pale skins. It's a jurisdiction of filth. So let me just say this quickly so I could go and maintain. So at um, so this is why when I see one, and they especially from Pakistan, India, or China, Japan, and they demonstrate, because a lot of them like to try to demonstrate some form of authority, because they are usually force engaging, not all, but they usually force mental engaging. Okay, I already know the truth about them, so why would I have any respect for someone who's here to kill and destroy? Kill and destroy all that what is, was, and has always been the high frequencies of freedom. Why would any human? And that's how you have to think about it, or have to think. Why would any human, okay? So anyway, at Burger King, I think it was, so today is the 14th. I think it was this past Friday. So I think that would have been the 12th. I think it was this past Friday. So if the day is the 14th, or the day is the 13th, what is it? This past Friday, okay? Today is Monday, okay? Monday. I don't know what the date is. Let me see if I can pull it up quickly. Oh, actually I can. So okay. It was Friday on the 11th. Hamima, Hamima, she's from Mexico. Okay, some of the most odd behavior I've experienced have been from Hamima, Elena, they're from Mexico, and Dora, who's from El Salvador. And Abel, others that speak Spanish, but those are just blunt. Just really blunt, and and like I had, I've gotten to the point with Abel, who's from Mexico. He says, I say, "Are you okay? Why are you staring at me like that?" Yeah, I said that Saturday, and then maybe a few moments later, because I wore eyeliner Saturday, and Lena was like, "Oh, that looks beautiful." I was like, "Okay, thank you." But so Hamima was just like, for the past few weeks, because I'm walking like this. I didn't finish my thought. I'm lifting up my leg because of my knee, trying to keep the blood flowing. And she was just laughing at me and mocking my walk. And then after she laughed and mocked my walk for a while, then she asked me, "What's wrong?" And I said, "I don't want to talk about it to you." Okay, that's it. And I just let it be. And then and she just wants to, I mean, she's laughing with looking on the floor with others. Emily is there. I don't know who all, but it was mainly her talking. I don't remember seeing anyone saying what she was saying. She's done stuff like this before, or Elena have said things that were odd before. Dora has said things that were odd before. So, for example, with Hamima, I had to keep telling her I'm married. She was telling me about some of the Spanish-speaking males liking me, or they'd be like, "Ooh, Rhonda," or whatever. Or if I say hi to one of the other Spanish-speaking males at Burger King, just like, "Hi, how you doing?" Elena have done this. Oh, you like Rhonda, like I'm trying to connect or something like that. In the past, before now she's a supervisor, so she's done this before. So Hamima has done this as well. And I had to keep telling Hamima over and over again, "I'm married. Don't tell me about anyone saying that they like me. Why are you telling me this? I already told you this. I'm married. Whether you think I'm married or not doesn't matter. I'm at a place of employment, and that is definitely, by you keep saying that is sexual harassment. After I told you." It's not like I'm trying to create a lawsuit. You hear me? But I think so when you're dealing with people who are trying, I don't know, but a lawyer might say this. Okay, I'm not saying this is what their thoughts are, but a lawyer might say, "Well, if you really believe you paid for someone, and you have the right to force engage and violate their rights, okay, or you feel like it's your right to do whatever in reference to criminal crimes against humanity, then you're going to continue because you think you're going to get away with it." Okay, that's what a lawyer might think and might bring up in court. Because if you really felt like uh, you were doing something wrong, or you were for the company, that you supposed to uphold what the company stands for. I think Burger King is care, connect, appreciate, respect everyone. Then when a person say that they're married, and definitely if you're knowledgeable enough to work there, you definitely knowledgeable enough to say, "Okay, no problem. That's just, don't say this anymore." But Hamima kept saying it. I've told Elena before she became a supervisor, in other words, and the only thing with Dora mainly was when I found like shelter food in my bag. Someone put shelter food that you would get from the shelter, because I used to get it, and they had bags of shelter food there. And I saw Dora grab the bag, so I figured it was hers. And I was like, "Who put this food in my bag?" They actually went inside my belongings and put food there. And then Dora and Hamima came around the corner. Phyllis was in her office. I was right there behind Phyllis talking to them. I said, "Did y'all do this?" They didn't say they did and did not, or did not do it. They just kept saying, "You don't want food? You don't need food?" Like that. Shelter food that is not organic. Shelter food that was canned. Shelter food that's not vegan. Okay? That was in my bag. So that was odd because Dora just kept talking about needing food. I was like, I didn't. She didn't say she did it. She didn't say she didn't, but they came and started talking about how asking me, do I need food? You don't need food. So, nonetheless, I told Hamima this past Friday. I said, as she was laughing again about my knee, me walking, I said, I can heal my body. My body has. I stuttered because she made me upset because she was laughing still. And I said, my body has a miraculous way of healing itself. I will heal my body, heal my body. And then I went after, and then I paused because I started to stutter because I was upset. And then I went to Emily, and I told Emily about what was saying. I was like, I don't know why Hamima keeps force engaging. And she's laughing about my knee. And if it's not that, she's telling me about some male that likes me, that speaks Spanish, or I don't know why she's engaging this way. I mean, I spoke to her. She said, oh, yeah. I said, I don't know why. I mean, I just told she's laughing about my knee. I was upset. I told Abel the same thing about he would be just wait and just literally come and make sure he engaged by speaking or trying to have a conversation with me. And I was like, why are you always in my face? I just usually because it got to a point where, like, when I would say hey to him, one of them would be like, either it was Hamima or Elena, one of them, or some of them would be like, ooh, so forth. And he was the one I said that made like sound like bird noises and while he was back there working. And I was like, I don't know why he making bird noises. And I'm not calling him the bird man, but he was making bird noises. And I was like, and then he just still to this day, I mean, was just literally still try to force engage. So what I did was told him last Saturday when he was trying to speak to me in my face. I was like, can you move and stay out my face? Saying hi, that's okay. I mean, hi, thank you, but can you move? And I asked her, I said, can you move? I did like this out my face. Even I was on break about a week ago, and he came. I was outside stretching. He came to the door like something was wrong. I thought something was wrong. I was like, something wrong? So I come inside and nothing was wrong. It was just almost time for me to clock back in. I wasn't late, but he was like trying to. No one said they were looking for me, but he came looking for me like there was something wrong. And so that could be seen by a psychologist as, oh, he was just trying to do his job. Maybe they were asking him to look. I know he's gone, and Hamima and others have gone way beyond force engaging and behaving like they're just thinking about the job. Okay. And so this is the issue here in Annapolis. Okay. So I'm just giving you an idea sheet to Wayne Bay.